How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Welcome to the year-end, rear-end 2017, and welcome to the year 2018.
Oh no, it's like we crossed the fucking, you know what I mean?
The fucking border between time and space.
That's right.
Kelly.
Thanks.
Mike is here.
I'm gonna build a wall between that border.
Andy is a time-traveling racist.
Space is taking our jobs and bringing drugs in.
And Amy,
space between,
is organizing everything today.
Amy? I made a spreadsheet.
Yeah. You did, yeah.
I'm Freddy, by the way.
You spread that sheet, girl.
You did it hustler style.
Do you like how I imagine you really like how Freddy does the intros because he just gets it out there.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
I know.
What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about our top 3 main attractions from the year 2017. We're going to talk about our most favorite roulette movie that we covered and our least favorite.
We're going to get most bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to talk about our bottom 3 main attractions, right?
And we're going to talk about our bottom.
We're going to talk about
America's Next Top Bottom. This is what we were talking about earlier.
Did anybody else's bottom hurt after
I, Tonya?
Yeah. So we had to see it at the Esquire.
Yeah.
And that's a smaller theater here in the Cincinnati that hasn't upgraded the seats to recliners because the theaters are enough to fit 5 people in it already.
Yeah.
I think the Jack and Coke helped
with it numb your bottom?
And numb my bottom.
Can I?
I'll bet my bottom dollar.
Can I bring some synergy to this conversation?
Do it.
You know who had a great bottom? Tonya Harding. And you can see it naked on Google.
And from the sex tape?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I do remember the sex tape. Yeah, we saw Tonya last night. It was fan-fucking-tastic.
It was so good.
Yeah, but my bottom was sore.
If in the sex tape she did the same faces she did when she was skating and put her hands up, put her hands over her mouth, started crying.
I never even saw her face in that video.
Did she use an inhaler during the sex tape?
Yeah, and she said, "Oh, my bodice is laced wrong.
I broke my sex shoes
bodice
laces."
That's adorable, kid.
It's a bodice ripper. They went traditional bodice ripper for their sex tape.
So
they hired Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio was there
to play Jeff Galooly.
That's actually surprising that they put so much effort into their sex play.
The production value was out of this world for somebody who didn't have any money.
I just want to emphasize how great her butt is. And I encourage everyone to go Google it.
If you ice skate, you're going to build up a good butt.
Yep.
That's just fact.
I do love ice skating, not just for that, but I enjoy ice skating. I'm very excited for the Olympics.
Was she your
Mike
first Woody?
Has been trying to say something for 38 minutes.
It's not important.
No.
She wasn't your first Woody?
I was just curious about the shoelace controversy, and since Andy's at the table and he's an Tonya Harding expert, so what actually happened to her shoelace at the end?
Well, is this going to spoil it for me?
Didn't you watch the Olympics in '94, or did you?
I did, but I don't remember this. So go ahead.
You don't remember that her lace broke and she had to stop her program.
But it wasn't really broken, right?
It apparently it did break, and they didn't have time to put a new lace in, and but the rumors are that it was faked, just to cause more drama and stuff. Oh, she does have a nice booty.
Mm-hmm. Was there rumor
Andy,
that
turn that camera around?
That Kerrigan was the one that messed up her shoelace?
No, that's not true. But
wouldn't that be funny if it was?
It would be.
It's a good. Well, I mean, she's an athlete. Tonya Harding is an athlete.
Oh dear, but
the thing I noticed,
not too muscular.
Yeah.
To people our age, to American people our age, you say Tonya Harding, you got a panic on your hands, right? Like everybody knows Tonya Harding; they know everything about it.
You're not going to close. You're not closing the ice rinks.
Nope.
On New Year's Eve.
You know Nancy Kerrigan. People can do the whole why.
You say Nancy Kerrigan, everybody's like, huh? What?
Like everybody knows that. I said, "Oh, I'm going to go see I, Tonya, the Tonya Harding movie," to a millennial, a very young child. And they're like, what?
Yeah, but now they're gonna know her better because of this.
If you want more Tonya Harding talk, boy, do we have a treat for you. Because Andy and Emily and whoever else is joining in on that on when is it, Andy?
Some point this week.
Yeah. Some point this week, we'll be doing a podcast all about I, Tonya.
You should call the podcast sometime this week.
Have you ever had an I, Tonya lasagna? It's really good. It's made with Fritos instead of pasta.
Oh.
I love a white trash bitch.
It's ketchup instead of
I like a meatless I, Tonya.
I like the way my I, Tonya syncs up with my iPhone.
Have you seen the Black Swanya where it turns out Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding are the same person in the end?
He's been saving that joke since last night.
But which one went down on which one?
I don't know. He keeps opening the container up. I'm not sure how fresh it is anymore.
I think he has like a memo like, oh,
I'm going to have to burp that Tupperware one more time.
You can scratch it off the whiteboard. Yeah. Why me? Why anyone?
Got that joke.
But turns out she never said why anyone.
I know. We've talked about that, but I like your version better.
I like that.
Yeah. The why anyone really insinuates a selfless
nature.
But she said why me at first, so
yeah.
She's still selfish, but she thinks of other people too.
Why-yo.
They should have put her in the Four Seasons. She'd have been perfect for that.
Yeah.
Instead of a skater.
Freddie, do we still have the heat turned up?
It's real hot.
It's hot in here.
I'm going to go turn the heat down.
Take off all your clothes.
The reason the heat's turned up is because yesterday I woke up to frozen pipes. So we were trying to keep the house warm.
Is that a way to say you had cold vagina?
Exactly, Kelly.
It's a delicacy in some countries.
I've heard.
Amy's cold vagina, it's a delicacy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down, Amy's cold vagina.
It just occurred to me that this room is stifling.
It's a picnic favorite.
Shit is a dish best served never. Remember? That was a good line from I, Tonya.
Yes. So, I, Tonya, but more on that later.
This is a pajama-full room today.
Yeah?
Yeah, everybody's wearing pajamas. Kelly came in full robe, no shirt.
Yeah. Full robe, no shirt, the new anthology from Stephen King.
Sallow. That's done.
But Amy, what do I tell you all the time when like somebody criticizes somebody's clothes? Like, you ain't the queen, you ain't the pope.
I don't even care if you are the queen.
She's the queen of the silver
dollar. I'm gonna wear what I want.
Pajamas are comfortable.
Yeah. She's the queen of the pope.
And it's so cold. It has been so fucking cold.
It's supposed to be 55 later this week.
Do you guys know the song "The Queen of the Silver Dollar" about a lady who she goes into this dive bar every week, and the
dive bar is called the Silver Baller.
It's the Silver Dollar.
It should be the Silver Baller.
She's the queen of the Silver Dollar, and she rules her smoky kingdom.
It's a great line.
It is a great song. Shel Silverstein, I think, wrote it. It's another one of his gems. I'm always throwing those out there.
You are.
What was the Shel Silverstein band named?
Oh, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. They played a lot of his stuff. But he recorded some stuff, too.
Roy Orbison was in that, right?
No, sure.
You're thinking of the Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah, Traveling Wilburys.
That makes sense.
Wilburys.
The Traveling Wilburys.
Freddie and I saw the new Insidious movie.
And we'll talk about that. That'll be on the Patreon.
Was it insidiously bad?
Here's my preview. What?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Oh, so you went Tim Taylor on it.
But I have some... How? Why aren't we teaching movie theater etiquette in our schools?
As a nation. You know, in Danish movie theaters, no one says a word.
Good.
I think Flat Point High has a class on movie theater etiquette.
I'm okay if you want to like go, ah, or ha 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 ha, or ooh. That's fine. I get it.
I'm going to do that all the time.
I will say this, like sometimes when we're watching a spectacle movie like Pacific Rim, oftentimes I go, oh shit!
Oh damn, Nancy Kerrigan, don't go in there, girl.
and usually those movies are loud. And so you can say whatever you want because it's very loud.
Yeah.
But in a spooky, like, supposed to be quiet, tense moment in a movie,
then I go, oh shit.
Your fucking face. Oh, and turn your phone off and do not shine it directly into my eyes.
Were they looking for frogs?
I don't know, but it was the brightest phone I'd ever seen in my life.
Did they catch you and put you in a net?
And then the people down the row, like, why are you constantly getting up and leaving the theater and coming back?
Can I ask you? Okay,
too scared.
This really is
what is that?
I've asked this a million times. I want to say, I feel like people on Facebook think I'm accusing them of things. Mm-hmm. I want to understand people's behavior.
Yeah.
really, what are you doing when you get up 6 times in a, like, really, what's happening? Why did you come to this movie?
I have an idea for a new spinoff podcast. It's called What Were You Thinking with Kelley Kombrinck.
I'm there.
I've absolutely thought about doing
because understanding breeds understanding. If I understand you, then I'm less likely to be angry at you.
Exactly.
But the fuck are you doing?
Do you have to go to the bathroom that many times?
Are you checking your phone?
What are you doing?
Are you doing drugs? Like, what are you doing? You are disrupting everybody.
They were too scared, Amy.
Okay.
I like to go back to that. I think the studio would appreciate it. They'd be like, I got up 5 times because I was too scared.
They put them in there.
And then these people, the people next to us with...
it was James Wan and Lee Winnell. Dressed up like a family.
The woman who had captured the sunlight in her phone. Her whole family got up with like 2 or 3 minutes left in the movie and left.
They chose their own ending. They're like, oh, this is where I wanted to stop, and they left.
It's like, what the fuck is this?
They missed it.
They did leave exactly at like the conclusion of a scene where it felt like it was maybe an ending, and you're like, I could take that as an ending.
But
I'm done.
The movie, what?
Yeah.
Amy, I like the platform you're running on. I'd vote for you.
Thank you. I just want to like put all these people in a room and go, no.
She's gonna round them up, guys.
No.
Can I ask? This is a completely random question that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about today. Why did everybody like Split better than The Visit? When we're talking,
I didn't.
I know. Well, I know you guys didn't.
I preferred The Visit.
Overall, I feel like Split got a lot more attention. Everybody's like, yeah.
Is it because Split had that one dude that people knew, and then The Visit didn't have anybody that anybody knew?
The Visit is a vastly better movie. Listeners, if you're trying to decide which M. Night Shyamalan Renaissance movie to watch, stick with The Visit.
Have you seen Better Watch Out? It has the kids from The Visit in it together.
No.
Yeah. And it's great.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I liked Split.
Is that another segment on What Were You Thinking by Kelley?
Mm-hmm. You could kind of rally behind the main actor of Split. I know a lot of people didn't like the kid was annoying in
The Visit, you mean? Yeah, I love the kid in The Visit.
Yeah.
He's fucking awesome.
That was what was like the divisive point for The Visit.
He was cute. He was funny. Good actor.
Why do people still want more Insidious movies?
Do they though?
I don't know.
Or does James Wan just think they do? He's like, I can't let this go. He's like, I have 17 more parts to Insidious.
I've got a bunch of sports cars probably now. I've got every reason in the world to make an Insidious movie because it was sold out last night.
I never ask why anyone makes a movie.
Yeah.
They're to make money. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone goes to it.
Right. Well,
Freddie has a movie pass, so that's why he goes to these things.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that does make sense.
And I was like, whatever, I'm not doing anything else.
If it weren't for the podcast and the movie pass, I would not have seen it. Although the third one was actually good, but it's the only one I really liked out of the whole series.
I have to say that is kind of the only like bright spot in these like movies that continue to go on and on and on. Like every like 6 movies, you get a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, blind squirrel in a nut, I guess.
But I mean, I'm done with Insidious. I was never in. So that's me. But, some people are like...
sit this one out?
Some people are like, stop making Paranormal Activity movies. And I'm like, never stop making those. I love them. Even when they're terrible.
I didn't watch the marked ones.
That was good.
It's the guy who did Happy Death Day did that.
Yeah.
We were talking about last night. Have you seen that yet?
I gotta pick up the
phone. Have you seen Happy Death Day yet?
I just asked him that.
Freddie, I was singing with Mike. Hello.
Hello, Margot.
But just to let everyone know, The Room is coming to Fathom Events.
Oh, really?
Oh, again. Yeah. You know who hasn't seen The Room?
I haven't seen The Room because I've been waiting to see it with the group.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, hi, Kelley.
Oh, I think we're going to have to do it.
There's a lot of backlash against The Room now.
Is that this week?
Because they think he's faking his way to an Oscar?
No, I think the backlash is that it's that whole thing of why would you want to watch a bad movie? And now, because of the Disaster Artist being such a success, I think that more people, it's just more evident that there's backlash.
Sometimes, listen, I'm not normally a so bad it's good kind of person, but there are some things. You watch a Neil Breen movie is painful to watch.
I have not seen any of those yet.
What's a Neil Breen movie?
Fateful Findings.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
He's just so greasy. He looks like
his face doesn't move.
It's like he was in a tanning bed and everything locked down.
Does he communicate telepathically? Because
in the movies do.
Oh.
In the movies do is what I just said.
Well, they started doing special screenings of Neil Breen movies too.
Have they?
Yeah.
They're real boring though.
Sometimes so bad it's interesting to watch like a dead body in the street kind of thing, like to rubberneck it.
Like Logan Paul.
You're like, yes, like to go to a Japanese suicide forest, but no.
I think it's more like when someone farts in a quiet room.
Sometimes you're just like, I gotta see what people think is interesting.
Well, the great thing about the Neil Breen movies is
nothing.
See what I just did there?
Sometimes bad can be fun.
But seriously, like you can talk over them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so, like you can through the movie, you can speculate. You can do your own episode of how this got made. Like, where did he get them? Because Neil Breen's got good production value. You're like, where is he getting the money to make this?
Sucking dick.
He does. I don't think his face moves. His lips don't move enough to suck dick good enough to make that kind of money.
Pimping out ladies.
He doesn't. Well, he might pimp out ladies. He gets them to do weird things in these movies. But The Room is funny.
I think it's hilarious. But
I haven't even seen the whole thing. I've only seen chunks with Spanish subtitles because I watched it on YouTube a little bit.
You've only seen chunks?
I've only seen chunks.
Yeah.
So
chunks and trunks.
What were you thinking of Kelley Kombrinck?
It's like the Andy Rooney segment at the end of 60 Minutes.
Kinda.
Andy Rooney. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
No.
You ever wonder?
Okay. I got it mixed up with... In my mind, after I said that, I was like, no, it's Mickey Rooney.
That's the other guy.
Yeah. Sarah Michelle Catfish? That doesn't sound right.
You ever wonder?
Oh, Mike did say Sarah Michelle Olsen last night when in fact you meant Melissa Joan Hart.
Yes.
Marlon Hando?
But that makes sense if you think about it.
No.
You understood.
What? It took us 3 years to get there.
Nah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so
Sabrina Michelle Buffy?
Welcome to our year-end rear end, everybody.
Oh, booty. I was just going to keep doing it.
This is how long you went.
I was never going to break.
Does this mean the games are beginning?
Well, just let's talk about the year. The year in NOTLP.
Tough year.
Yeah.
Interesting year. Because of Patreon, we've had a lot of huge changes to the way we do the show that are all for the better.
Yeah.
Thanks to you guys.
We got a new white mic.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Hey, I'm White Mike. That's me.
Because if there's one thing the horror community needs is more white guys.
Yeah.
Well,
true.
But I'm complex.
You don't know what his DNA is. He's
Yeah.
You gotta do that test.
The 23andMe?
Mm-hmm. There's 23andMe.
Why is it cheaper to do a human DNA test than a dog DNA test?
Did you get this from a Laffy Taffy rapper?
Because
barking dollars. Because the woof didn't need to be replaced.
Life is rough.
That's why life is rough.
Oh, look at you.
Because they really want to do one of those doggy DNA tests, but it's like $80. But this 23andMe, you can buy at Kroger for like $9.99.
What if you sent your DNA to the dog place? Or the dog DNA to 23andMe?
Yeah.
Because that would be the way you save money.
They might tell you were barking up the wrong tree.
What if they sent you the results back and they're like, well, it looks like you were born in a trash heap.
The trash heap has spoken.
Wow, you just really flattered yourself, didn't you, Freddy?
That was born in a trash heap?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, Andy.
Well, la-ti-da.
He was born in a urinal. As opposed to a trash
I'm
heap.
trying covering up my more horrible birth.
Bone in the trash heap.
Well,
so will they tell you if the dogs are descended from famous dogs?
no, you figure out the mixture of the breeds. Just like you do for human, like where...
Because sometimes the humans say, oh, you're descended from Genghis Khan.
Yeah, they're gonna be
So
like,
you either get Benji or Lassie.
Yeah, that's
you
what I was
sitting down.
thinking.
Have you ever noticed that your
maybe
dog
Cujo?
Your dog has a propensity to watch detective shows and wears a trench coat I have some big news for you. Your dog is the great-grandson of McGruff, the crime dog. Which means that your dog is the last living heir of the McGruff fortune.
Did McGruff the crime dog smoke a cigar?
Yeah, I think so.
I want my dogs to be descended from that lady that left all that money to her dogs.
Do you think...
Was it Leona Helmsley or... Wasn't it?
She left it to her cats, right?
I think it's a lot of old, crazy old ladies.
I want my dogs to be descended from the cats that she left all that money to.
Do you think in meetings of their little organization, do you think that Smokey the Bear was always looking at McGruff the crime dog very disapprovingly because he was smoking that cigar, and he was like, oh, don't throw that down on the forest.
Oh,
and McGruff
my
was
God.
like, I don't have time to throw this in an ashtray. I'm a cop.
I'm a dog too, so I'll eat it when I'm done.
And then Hootsy the owl was like, give a hoot. And they were like, get out of here, you're a bear.
Do you think that
they both chased him?
Smokey and McGruff ever worked a case together?
Like an arson case? Yeah.
That'd be
It had
great.
to-
It'd be
that
like
had
True
to happen.
Detective.
Yeah.
Do you think...
And they brought in that crying Native American as a witness.
Wouldn't it be great if, when Robert Stack passed away, if just McGruff the crime dog replaced him on Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah. I thought that is what happened.
Do you ever think that
That was Stacy Keach.
talk about the year-end rerun?
Yeah, you ever think that in 2017...
You ever wonder?
I'm glad it's in the rear view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some good stuff happens, bad stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Good things happen, bad things happen. That's called being alive.
A lot of big things happened.
Yeah.
Big things.
It was the year of just fanboy outrage taken to a just ridiculous level.
That's not new, though.
No, I feel like we say that every year.
That's not new, but it went... I feel like it jumped the shark this year.
Give me an
example. Yeah,
Give me an example.
We submitted a petition to Disney to have this movie removed from canon.
Oh, really?
For The Last Jedi.
They did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They submitted... It had
That's
thousands
asinine.
of signatures.
How many signatures?
I think it was... The time I read, I thought it said 68,000.
Yeah, it was just that guy from My Tonya.
Are we sure
Breaks
that's not
his mouth.
repeated from
Over and over.
Phantom Menace times? I feel like there was petitions before, and
I saw this
Kelly's like, I signed that one. That's
on
not,
Facebook.
That's not.
Yeah.
That was cool. when
It
they
was
did
an
that.
article. I
But
read it.
Facebook is fake news.
that was a chain letter at that point.
It happened. Disney responded to it.
I feel like this
Big
year
middle finger, I hope.
the fanboys really got to me with their whole more sequels, more remakes, more this, and we just whenever we have real original stuff, nobody goes and sees it, and that's why we can't have nice things. And I'm like, well, sometimes I like sequels and remakes and reboots, and I'm allowed.
Also, they all go to those. Well, anyway, we don't have to dwell on the fanboy outrage.
And your original movie, sorry, looked dumb.
Well,
But I noticed you were mum when it was Blade Runner, fuckfaces.
Ooh.
So eat my asshole is what I'm trying to say. If I want to watch another Insidious movie, even though I didn't.
fanboys don't
If
know what to
I
do
wa-
with a woman's asshole.
If I want a
They've never
Pacific
seen one
Rim
in real life.
2, if I want another Star Wars movie, although you're mum about those two bitches, and I don't want to go see Valerian and the boring Thousand Suns.
They're not mum
and I
about that
don't
either.
want to see a ghost story, which frankly was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen on goddamn
I
screen.
don't think anybody's championing Ghost Story, though.
Ugh. No, somebody said they loved it. I saw on
Nathan
Twitter.
It
loved
was
it.
Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
After
said
I
he loved
stewed
it.
on it, I liked it well enough.
And I'll go see original
Interesting.
movies, and if I like them, and if I want to see them, I will.
Hey,
Ass butts. But I'm not responsible for making sure every movie succeeds.
Okay, here's the thing. I can't muster the strength to get mad at these fanboys because I know that they're ridiculous, so they don't deserve my hatred or my
Some of
attention.
them are like my friends on Twitter and Facebook, and I'm like, eat shit.
you know something? It doesn't even enter here. It doesn't even make it in.
I'm not responsible for
Freddie
your...
You're the
Freddy
Fort
pointed at
Knox
future
of
movie
fanboy
likes.
outrage.
Yeah,
Sometimes
what I
it's
do
like-
is I ignore everything now.
But isn't everybody at this table really a fanboy or fangirl?
Well, we
Sure.
are, but we're the good ones.
I'm open to whatever you want to make. I don't care. I'll
Right.
go see what I want to see. And if somebody's not making the things I want to see, well, you know what's out there? 30 billion TV shows, you'll be fine, and 1,000 million books.
But I think, like,
I'll cover my thoughts on this later in What Were You Thinking?
the fanboys and fangirls are getting a lot of shit done for us right now because I think it's that energy that's getting a lot of really awesome stuff happening and being made because people are passionate about it. But I do agree. I mean, the negative stuff is a little bit whatever, but
this is why we can't have nice things because you didn't go see Mother. Well, I'm sorry, that looked like a pile of steaming turds.
Oh, you're coming from the other end from me because I don't know anybody that liked Mother other than you guys.
I liked.
I haven't seen it.
Exclamation point!
I'm not giving you my money.
I know like five or seven people that liked Mother, and then a whole bunch of other people.
Not 6.
No.
Definitely 5.
It was 5 or 7.
I thought Happy Death Day was great, but then you're just like, oh, it's just Groundhog Day.
Well,
all right, well, what the fuck do you want me to do then?
I feel like Happy Death Day got a lot of good press.
I did too.
Did, but a lot of people refused to see it because it wasn't rated R.
What?
That's still going on. The automatic based
Lock
on
yourself in a room, look in the goddamn mirror, and realize you're never going to be happy.
Well, here's
Jaws was PG-13. Or no, actually, it was PG.
It was PG.
Yeah, it's PG. And they showed Bush.
George.
If you want the movie to be exactly what you want, you write the movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not talented and you don't know what you're doing, but you write it.
Might be.
I just want to read
it's okay.
things,
I think it's okay to be demanding.
Thing.
I don't have a problem with people being demanding.
Don't shit on me because I like sequels and I like reboots.
Can we talk about Little Piggies for a minute? Because I have no shoe on right now and I'm looking at my toes.
Which one went to market?
Did you know what that meant?
Yeah, he's getting slaughtered, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
He didn't go grocery shopping.
That's why he went wee all the way home.
I just learned that recently. Well, this one, the last one went wee all the way home.
Because he saw the other one's getting slaughtered.
Yeah, so what's the story behind the one that had roast beef?
That's a great question.
He
Why
ate his
did
brother.
the piggy have roast beef?
Well, they fed him beef.
You know that pigs and cows aren't brothers.
Well, I
guess they can emotionally be.
That was mean.
Yeah.
You're right.
This little piggy.
Jesus.
Well, how's this story?
I'm not being mean.
Amy.
Although I've just spent the last 10 minutes yelling at assholes.
Very disappointed.
How's the little piggies go again?
Wee.
And I'm happy to see the X-Files back. And I'll check out the new Roseanne, even though Roseanne needs to be locked into a room and forced to look in the mirror and say, why am I an asshole?
She's always been crazy, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Still crazy.
Oh, you're all jizzing all over the 90s Cardi B, Bruno Mars thing. It's just a remake and a reboot and
I
a
regret
redo.
what I've done here today.
You've opened a whole can of misery.
Yeah.
This is the year that really started to bother me.
Yeah.
Just let people like what they want to like, right?
Agree.
What's the first piggy? I'm regressing, I think.
He went to market.
The first piggy did.
This little piggy went to market.
This little piggy stayed home.
Am I not allowed to yell?
This
and you guys
little
have to
piggy
change the
had
subject?
roast beef.
I wasn't changing the
This
subject.
little piggy had no.
I was answering Freddy's
This little
question.
piggy went, another Star Wars movie
Just
by
don't
a
feed
comedy
into
director?
the cycle.
I'm just letting people know.
Just ignore them.
What you sound like when you do that.
Here's what I wish, and then
Do you know what you sound like?
Here's what I wish, and then I'm gonna close the door on.
I wish I
fanboy
was
outrage.
a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Freddie.
I'm like you. My main problem was with the Star Wars backlash.
Yeah.
Because again, it was based on everyone was angry about how it fit into the Star Wars story and what the intentions of the original George Lucas vision were, and I don't care about any of that, and I don't know why anyone does because don't like I'm fine with people not liking it. I just want them to not like it for the right reasons. Anyway, let's shut the vault.
How to Feel with Kelley Kombrinck.
Yes.
Well, that
What were you thinking?
is valid.
I just the level, like there's this level where it's sort of like what Amy said. They're never going to be happy with anything.
Yeah.
We didn't like The Force Awakens because it was too much like A New Hope. Well, we don't like this one because it gets rid of everything. Do you know how many people I heard? I couldn't even believe this. And listen, listeners, I'm about to spoil some shit from Last Jedi. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it and you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead. I'm going to give him a few seconds.
A few minutes.
Okay.
In silence.
So, I couldn't believe how many people were upset that Rey wasn't a Skywalker. I would have been upset a little bit
If she was.
she was.
Me too, because it would have been played out.
It was like, and
What did it matter?
People that I know.
Okay, but we don't know that she's not a Skywalker
We
yet.
don't. You're right. That could have been a lie. But like, people that I know were like, but it just fits. But it's just boring. Why do you want that?
Okay, here's the thing. What was Luke Skywalker before he was a Skywalker?
Right.
He was nobody before.
I know.
Just like Rey. You don't necessarily need to have like this magical blood in you to be a Jedi.
Exactly. But
anybody can be a Jedi.
Exactly. And they didn't like that that's what this movie, like, it just felt like in the first one, everybody's like, we don't like this because it's exactly the same. Then they're like, we don't like this one because it's not the same enough. And I want someone to sit down and explain.
Fucking Goldilocks.
Although
there's a meme of this Goldilocks thing, and it says oh, you created something new and took the saga in a new direction, but I still hate it.
Can I tell you though, too?
Goldilocks, she was eating a bowl of Star Wars.
I've actually gotten my way a couple times with friends who will tell me why they feel that way, and it's actually very disappointing. Like, I always want this enlightenment, and like, why do you want that? And they're just like, it just fits. I'm like, I thought better of you.
Well, we emotionally...
Nobody that listens to this show.
We emotionally attach to those stories, and when they go different, then we have to deal with how that makes us feel, and sometimes that doesn't make us feel.
Yeah, it speaks to the power of Star Wars that everyone continued writing the story in their own mind after they saw the movies. Like, no matter what, everybody had where they thought it was going to go kind of locked down in their mind somewhat.
I love the fact that the Star Wars, I mean, it's something that Andy kind of really opened up my eyes, and I saw it the second time. I saw it in a different way about like how inclusive the Star Wars universe is becoming for like different backgrounds.
That's
different
also
people.
A problem for a lot of fanboys.
Well, and you know what? That's where they can sit on it, but. I just thought that was a really awesome thing because it's like that whole idea. Well, maybe she's not a Skywalker, so that's great because other people can play in the universe and be powerful and be important. And maybe you don't even have to be a Jedi to be important in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
everybody plays a role.
Like the Rebels had a huge role in The Last Jedi, maybe even more so than the actual Jedis.
And a large part of it was, and I mean, this was like explicitly stated, was that the Jedis tended to fuck shit up. And the Rebels kind of came in and like...
And that was...
despite the fucking Jedis trying to control everything.
That was Luke's point.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Luke's point was like, look, what have the Jedi done? They always fuck it up.
What have the Jedi done for you lately? Anyway, sorry to get us on that tangent.
Do you think at the beginning of that movie, just a real... I don't know, this is going to a little bit deep cut, but in the beginning when she's trying to drop the bombs in the thing, and she's like trying to concentrate on the thing, like maybe there's like a little Jedi and
everybody.
Yeah, I think that was definitely...
Because she forced it with like...
Well, they established that in Empire. He says the Force is in everything.
It's
in everyone.
It's the midichlorians. Everybody has some, right?
Oh, please don't bring up midichlorians.
I don't even know what that is. Okay.
Yeah. So I love that. It's inclusive. And that's where fanboys are going to have to let some stuff go.
It's a very American dream.
It's not just for... Yeah. It's not just
you're
for you anymore.
Going like royal
Anybody
family.
could.
Royal family.
Pull yourself up by your Jedi straps.
Kind of thinking too.
Well, and I also like I get that with Star Trek sometimes because I'm not a big Star Trek fan, and like for people who love Star Trek, I've always been like, Star Trek. But part of the reason I'm not a big Star Trek fan is because to jump into it, you're missing out on so many stories that I've already connected with in the Star Wars universe. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's awesome that Star Wars universe is creating these new storylines for new people to get into it. I think that's awesome.
I think it's fair to say that Last Jedi probably had the biggest impact of any sci-fi horror or fantasy movie that we saw last year, right?
Agreed.
As far as new stuff.
Yeah.
Clearly, we wouldn't be talking about it so much if that weren't the case.
Although Thor Ragnarok, Thor got his hammer broke.
That was a great film, too.
Thor was great.
Yeah.
Guardians 2, was that this year?
Yeah. Wait, was it? Was Guardians 2?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It was like May, April or something.
Yeah, it was the first big summer release, I think.
Guardians really like showing us superheroes like taking themselves not so seriously is what people really want to see.
It is what people want to see. Not
adapting a comic book. Can't we have something real and new?
As you find, I think it's interesting to find that like the best Marvel movies so far are the ones with like kind of the sillier, the more humor-centric.
Well, that's what I love most about the Marvel movies. That they're so joyful, as opposed to the DC movies where you watch it and it's just so heavy.
Right. With the exception of Lego Batman, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty
well. Even the more serious ones like Winter Soldier, like they don't somehow they manage to handle serious in a different way. I don't know. I can't even talk about DC versus Marvel movies.
And like talk about joyful.
That's a dead horse.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Was that this year?
Awesome.
Yeah, it was 2017. That was
loved
so
it.
great.
Which is very tingly senses when he starts flying through the air the first time.
You do, and this is very. Spider-Man is my favorite. I'm not a huge superhero person, but when I was a kid, I collected a shit ton of Spider-Man comics. Like he was my guy. Spider-Man and Batman, but Spider-Man mostly. So I was very excited for this Spider-Man. He's the best Spider-Man so far. I mean, maybe the suit was a little too powerful. Like maybe there was not enough, but they're working on that. You actually see in this new trailer where he gets a spider sense, because I do think Disney listens. Disney, Marvel, everyone likes to bitch about how they're buying everything up, but they care for their properties and they listen to people, because like I feel like people talked about like, well, there was no spider sense. But
I think that was the point in the movie, that he didn't need the suit.
Exactly. But then you're right. That was totally the point. But also I think they listened because people were complaining about that. And now you see in this new trailer for Infinity War a moment where he has spider sense. And it's like, oh, they listen.
I read an article that somebody, I don't remember what it's about, doesn't matter, but the point was that the idea that Disney was buying everything was to protect themselves from being taken over and bought.
Yeah. So
they buy up other things to make themselves too valuable to buy, so that they can keep themselves intact, which is fine by me, girl, because you're doing great, kid.
They are doing great. And
do they own the X-Files now?
They're Fox, right?
Well, they didn't buy all of Fox's properties, but I think
they didn't buy Fox News.
Well, they said also their main focus was the sports.
Yeah, ESPN.
That's why they bought it. But
does
they
that
already
mean-
owned ESPN.
Well, right.
does that mean
to
we
keep
get X-Men now? In Marvel
intact.
movies?
They own X-Men now, is what I understand.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that is true, right, Andy?
I hope so. I mean,
Yeah, I think it is.
I just liked that theory, and I don't know if that's true, and I don't remember what that was based on, but I just liked that because it doesn't paint them as I'm greedy and I'm
just
buying
greedy?
everything, and I'm going to buy things and make them mine and make money off of them. No, it's I want to protect what is ours already, and I'll buy other things and make them better.
Mm-hmm.
Just
They
like
make things
Tanya's
better.
mom.
Huh?
They make things better.
They do.
I'll argue that to the day I die.
They made my life better.
And look, I'm not even like you guys.
You're not.
I'm not even like I mean, I love Disney, but like I'm not like a Disney enthusiast in the same way. But they make everything better.
Black Cauldron's on Hulu right now. Did you
I
see
own
that?
it. I own it.
Oh, must be nice.
I own it.
So what you're saying is you have hot and cold running Black Cauldron.
No, I didn't see that though. That's awesome.
Children.
Someone
it's easier
posted-
than putting a DVD in.
All right,
our
so
group.
children, we're getting started.
Thank
Let's
you
do
to the
this.
person who told us.
Are you ready?
One thing. Can I talk about one other
course.
thing that happened in 2017? I really got clued into It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia this year
really?
by both Elise, my lovely girlfriend, and my children. Really clued me in. I mean, I'd seen it here and there.
It's
but
pretty great.
So how far are you into it?
I haven't done it in order. So because like the
okay.
kids and her will just pick great episodes for me.
Yeah. Did you watch Who Shit the Bed yet?
I don't think I've got to Who Shit the Bed yet.
That's a great one.
But the gang gets analyzed is maybe one of my very, very favorites.
You screwed me, bitch!
You dirty bitch!
You,
You're just gonna make me do the dishes anyway. It's Charlie work.
Charlie work.
Oh, you unzip me. Anyway, so I'm really having a great time with that.
Yeah. We're about to get into the meat of what we talk about, shit we actually covered in 2017.
The air fried turkey.
Yeah.
So normally in a year, we'll pick our top 5 and our top bottoms. Our bottom 5.
America's Next Top Bottom.
The bottom bitches.
It's Andy. Yeah.
Real quick, speaking of bottom bitches, watch the new
I
Dave
know.
Chappelle specials.
It's good, yeah.
Both of them, both of the two halves of that
can't
are
wait.
awesome. Thumbs up. Go ahead.
I was a little. There were some problems for me in the second one.
There was
Check-
zero.
but I
problems
love the
for
pimp
me.
shit. That was fantastic.
Check your privilege, Amy. What?
My privilege in what? Not thinking it was funny enough to make fun of and call people transgenders.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're right. So anyway, but no, I mean, there were fucking laugh out loud moments, but I thought maybe you should have workshopped that a little bit longer.
That's what he would tell you. That's exactly what he wanted to do instead.
And that's fine. That's him. But you know what? I watched it.
I
And
love
here's
Dave-
my thing.
I love Davy Chaps. Anyway, go ahead.
What were
All
you
right.
thinking? Question.
So, Normally we'll do by process of elimination. Everybody will go, nope, 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 nope. Here are our top 5s. Well, we had such a varied amount of people on each show this year. Andy thought that wouldn't work necessarily, and I think he's right. So
it's more fair to the movies themselves. So I'm thinking the big picture because movies have feelings too.
Movies have feelings.
That's not accurate.
So everybody picked their top 3 main attraction and their bottom main attractions.
I still can't stop laughing at bottom.
And your top and bottom straight to video Russian roulette, since that's what we always start with in a normal show is straight to video Russian roulette. We'll start there. I'll go first.
Go first.
My favy, and honestly, I don't think I loved any of these. Right? We always say that.
I loved a couple of mine this year.
Well, bless.
Yeah.
Hashtag bless.
Ditto. I had 2.
Blessed.
Blessed to be stressed. Okay.
Blessed to be stressed, girl. Hashtag. To be S.
How many did you watch? Do you remember?
No.
No.
I know you had the most.
Let's fist bump again.
Freddie was next. I think Mikey B was last, and me and Kelley were probably in the area. My fave was the Axe Murders of Alaska.
How?
I don't remember much about it, but I think I liked a little bit of it.
Alax Murders of Alaska.
I was with you when you watched that, and I don't think either one of us had a great time.
I'm picking the best out of all the turds in front of me.
Wait, so you don't remember it, but it was your favorite?
Well, I have to pick one.
Yeah.
Kelley, you didn't remember watching The Resort. You picked it.
As my bottom? I didn't pick The Resort as my favorite.
You have to pick one. I don't really remember. I think I like that one the best.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't pick The Resort today because that was...
and then my bottom, the one I liked the least, was The Black Room with Natasha Henstridge, and that movie can eat all...
Of your asshole?
My asshole.
Your whole asshole?
My whole asshole. All right?
You keep saying that like it's a bad thing. I don't understand.
Well, you don't know how filthy it is down there.
Again, some people like that.
Filthy E. coli butt?
Yeah.
You just look like one of those roadside signs on Tennessee for the Mom and Pa Clampett show, Freddie.
Come on in, fried chicken at every show.
Check your clean butt privilege.
What? I just said it was dirty.
No, but that's why you don't you think it's gross.
Amy, I'm going to call shenanigans.
You
I don't
can
think it is
eat
dirty. You don't smell like shit
my
ever.
actual shit that came out of my body.
All right.
I'm gonna hang myself right now.
Well,
We're gonna keep talking about eating ass.
Eat ass.
All right, Andy, what do you got?
I love eating ass.
No, thank you.
I do it constantly.
Where am I?
That's not even a joke.
Do you ever suck on an anus until poo comes out?
Hey,
No. Why would you don't have to do that?
You ever do that with
I have other things to do today.
like when you
All right,
have
Andy.
a Frosty and you don't put the straw in it, but you just suck on the little asterisk on the top of the lid until Frosty comes out of it?
I have done that. That's not really how eating ass works, though. And
Nobody sucks ass, do they?
I'm gonna give a
Somebody
master
suck on
class in
Somebody-
eating ass.
Master class in eating ass? What were you thinking? The Kelley Kombrinck.
All right, Andy, what do you got?
That's a birdhouse.
Come on. What's your top?
Oh, okay, I'm in the same boat as Amy. I honestly did not remember most of these movies I watched, but I just basically threw a dart on the board. Late night double feature. Sure, why not?
That was Hulu, right?
That was the best.
Yep.
Yeah, and the worst, why not?
The best of the class this year.
Local joke.
Mhm.
Every year during graduation times, one of the channels, Channel 5 or Channel 19 or something.
with all the cum loudly.
Yeah.
All the come loudlies.
They would show all the high schoolers group in a room, and everybody would move the tassel
Not all
from
the
one side
best.
to
Yeah.
Just the best of the best.
Just the best of the class this year.
Yeah. And wasn't it like Wrecker and Burger? Somebody sponsored it, like a furniture
sure it
store.
was.
or something.
Wrecker and Burger.
the comfort
store. Comfort zone.
Zone.
What
Who
you
said
said,
store?
Store.
Oh my
The
god.
comfort store.
It's like you didn't grow up here.
This store's so comfortable.
All right, Andy, what was your bottom?
Dead Gamers, why not? Yeah, but I do take it as a badge of honor that I watched the most because I think
You did.
it's the 5th year running probably.
A few of
So,
them you took bullets
I hope
for
to
other
keep
people.
that streak going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My top and my bottom. Where is it, Amy?
You're the last row.
Oh, there I am. Okay, so my
Jesus
favorite.
Christ.
Every year this is complicated. And it doesn't work. We're like,
names
what
are
happened?
there. I made a spreadsheet, listener. Oh, yeah.
It's real good, actually.
We're dumb, Kelley. We're just dumb.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't know what the fuck has ever happened.
So my top was the Disappointments Room, and I remember
It was the opposite of.
It was the opposite of disappointing. I liked that one. It was okay.
I think you were very positive about your movies in general.
You were appointed
except
in the Disappointments
for Swamp Ape, because that was a piece of shit.
Swamp Ape.
That was.
It's one word. Swamp Ape.
I still think I get little PTSD flashbacks to Swamp Ape's unshafting of his
his red rocket.
Yeah, his red rocket.
Unshafting.
His unshafting.
One of my birthday wishes was about it was a meme, and it was from my good friend, Amanda Commanda. And it was, does Bigfoot have one of those red rocket things or a normal dick?
Well, you can see it in Swamp Ape if you'd like to. So
that's a fun title, right? Swamp Ape.
Swamp Ape.
Yeah. Swamp ass.
Although,
but you'd eat that.
They will say Swamp Ape,
No.
but technically,
No, I would not.
It's the skunk ape.
Got to be pristine.
Okay. My favorite straight to video Russian roulette was the Dark Signal. That was a surprise.
I'm sorry, the what signal?
Dork.
So dork. Thank you.
It was the dorkest of signals. And that was where they bring a psychic into this radio station. And a dead girl reaches out, and it was like real twisty. And at the end, I was like, what?
No.
And it was really good. I was engaged throughout. I actually loved this movie. This was a real good movie. I would have watched this had I known about it independently of straight to video Russian roulette. Wanted to give an honorable mention to Jerusalem, because that was also a movie I really loved and just watched. I got to pick it.
That's
it was
true.
I got the fucking, that was like a golden ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I got to choose my straight to video Russian roulette movie,
And you can only take one person with you to see it.
yeah,
And you were
I took Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
Look at me. And also
Keep burping, Kelley.
I didn't take the choosing lightly either. I lined up 7 or 8 different movies and really took my time trying to decide which one to watch. So I really enjoyed Jerusalem, but I think Dark Signal was maybe a little bit more original. My bottom was this is the other Z movie I watched, Resort.
Zoolander 2. Zoolander.
Which Mikey B had to remind me what it was about, because I completely forgot. Completely. And it was about you could go hunt zombies, you could pay to go hunt them. And it was just a garbled mess of nonsense. It was bad effects.
That's a good premise, right?
Yeah.
The premise was good. I was actually looking forward to it. And then I was like, oh, it was shot with that cheap ass film, where everything looks real sped up all the time. And it just, you know what I mean?
Garbage.
It was just not, it was just bad.
Just
All
shitty.
right.
It was
cheap
boring.
digital, you mean?
Yeah, cheap digital. They didn't even make the digital look like it wasn't digital.
Yeah.
Digital. It just wasn't. I mean,
I wanna get digital. Wanna get digital. Let me hear your ones and zeros talk.
It was just I couldn't even you couldn't keep track of what the fuck was happening, who the fuck was who. It was just real stupid. So anyway, that's me.
All right, Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
The other sisters taught.
Start with my top. Should I start with my bottom? I'm gonna start with my bottom.
Take off your top.
This Razors, The Return of Jack the Ripper, aka Ripper, was one of the more painful
AKA
things
Johnny Cutsum.
Johnny Cutsum. This was going to become a new horror franchise. Well, at least that was the plan. Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It
was just bad.
They actually did shoot at the actual Ripper locations, which should have been interesting, but it didn't help. And it was a bunch of people. Oh, I can't even. All
right, then
I don't even have the energy to talk about
that. Was your best.
That was my worst.
Oh, that was your worst.
My bottom.
I was gonna say
he's doing it different.
My top.
You're eating crust first.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that?
If it's stuffed crust.
Sometimes.
No.
They still make that?
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh, fuck yeah, they do.
Los Parasitos.
Ooh.
Los Parasitos. The Similars. Was so great. It's a Mexican film that's kind of a tribute to the Twilight Zone. It's even shot to look like an episode of the Twilight Zone.
Elsa, don't bring your squeaky toy in here.
She got her pacifier.
Oh,
It's so cute. Who got your baby? She has a squeaky pacifier. Look at her tail go. Oh, she's so happy.
They're so cute with their little toys.
I was sleeping and listening to like some electronica. And, I was trying to take a nap yesterday, and all of a sudden I heard like squeak, 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 and I was like, "That is so weird." I'm like, "Did they put rat sounds in this song?"
Yeah.
And then I slowly woke up and I noticed it was Elsa at the end of the bed just squeaking away on that pacifier.
That's what they're doing in electronica these days.
Yeah.
They're just sampling rodents.
Yeah, rodent samples. But definitely, Los Parasitos is something really special.
I hope those rodents get compensated for their samples.
Check it
all
out.
the cheese they can eat.
Yeah.
Mountains of it.
All right, kids. Now, do we want to start with our bottom main attractions or our tops?
We should do the bottoms and then on a bang.
You know, that's it. Let's get the negative out of the way.
Bang the bottoms.
Yeah, let's
Bang
bang
the
the bottoms.
All right. Not sure. Elsa.
Are there rats in here? Or is that a
It's
squeaky
the rats
toy?
in the walls.
What's funny is we do have some crossover. So everybody independently picked their bottom three. No particular order. They just picked them. And I'd say showing up on most lists was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
That movie was garbage. I did
Yeah.
go in order of my worst three.
Kelly picked
Yeah, I
it,
did
Freddie
too.
picked it, and I picked it. For some reason, Andy and Mike thought it was just fantastic.
Oh, you put it on your top?
No, I'm
Oh.
joking.
No.
I'm not that depraved.
There is something like almost like you were saying, like a Neil Breen roomish quality to Kenneth Branagh's ego showing in that movie, though.
All right,
That was
so
It was
my month of
ridiculous.
travel. I
Yeah.
was gone when that was on, but I
Yeah.
remember not liking it. But I didn't feel it was safe to put in.
I used to
my
really
bottom.
like it when it came.
Did you
didn't
really?
think it was safe to put it in your bottom?
I put it in my bottom.
Freddie, I'm going to agree with you. When it came out, and we were in high school, right?
Yeah.
I remember liking it, so I was interested to revisit it because I haven't watched it
Right.
since then. I bought it at Walmart.
I had owned it too. That's
Yeah.
how much I thought I liked it.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh,
Did
no.
Did it come 2-packed with Bram Stoker's?
A lot of times.
No, this one, my version didn't. No.
The Sega CD game used to come packaged with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which was also a garbage FMV game. But Bram Stoker's Dracula was fun.
It's, as is the case with the films themselves.
Yeah.
This was awful. Just
Yeah,
awful.
it was
Everything
hot
about it was
garbage.
bad.
Kenneth Branagh should be ashamed. Although Murder on the Orient Express was good, so you've
so good.
Oh yeah, I
redeemed
can't wait
yourself
to see
somewhat.
it.
Was Julia Roberts kind of weird looking in that one?
In that one.
Like her eyebrows are dyed blonde?
In
The Mary Shelley's? Is she
Right.
in that?
That was Emma Watson.
Oops.
I mean,
All
Mary-
white ladies look alike.
Emma
Emma Thompson.
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 Sorry.
Is that
Julia
who you're
Roberts
thinking
was
of?
not.
Julia
in.
Roberts
She was in Mary Riley.
She was in Mary Riley.
She
That's,
had dyed eyebrows in that.
That's,
Wow, like,
that's
Sarah Michelle Olsen.
Sorry, y'all.
that was,
Explains it all.
Jekyll and
Wow,
Hyde.
Are
was
you
Mary
just
Riley.
racist against white women? Do they all look alike to you?
Yes.
All
You're
eyebrows
first
look the same
racist.
to him.
Yes, all eyebrows.
Mary Riley, also a goofy
Hey,
movie.
all eyebrows matter, okay?
I know. All right, so also showing up on, from a few people, 3 people, the same 3 people, Mr. Boogedy.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
Freddie, and Kelly also put that in our bottom 3s. We put him in Mr. Boogedy up the bottom.
That was also like one of those that I thought I really loved as a kid, and then it was like kind of torture to watch it as an adult.
I gotta say, I am amazed that I missed it. I never saw it as a kid, which is
Yeah.
crazy because it seems like one of the things I should have. I always wanted to. I was like,
Yeah.
I never got to see Mr. Boogedy. I should watch it. And then again, very much like with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I was like, I'm interested to revisit this. And I was like, ooh.
What about Bride of Boogedy? We want to give Bride of Boogedy a shot and see if it's any better.
Freddie, why?
Why?
I did nothing wrong.
The only thing about Mr. Boogedy that was even slightly okay was John Aston.
Yeah, he's great.
And that's just because he's always John Aston.
Gomez?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
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 Okay, so that's all we have to say about Mr. Boogedy. It was real stupid, right?
It was a kids movie made for kids in the 80s with no
nobody took any care with it.
Nobody took any care with it.
It was a slapdash. It was slapdash.
It was like an episode of Super Friends done live action without superheroes.
They're like, if I don't spend this money, I have to claim it on my taxes. So we need to spend it. And that's what happened.
And just do whatever happens. There's just not even a script.
Right.
You actors just get out there,
and
pretend like you're in a haunted house.
Yeah. Go for it. Also showing up on a couple of lists, The Mad.
Oh.
Jer Bear, Freddy, and Mikey B think you suck.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I think even Jeremy knew it sucked.
Well, yeah.
Here's my take on The Mad.
I didn't hate it enough to put it on my bottom, but...
you didn't put it on your bottom?
Not on my bottom.
You didn't sit on it?
No.
I didn't get to be on that show because I was sicky wicky. But I actually really liked The Mad.
Yeah.
Like, it was dumb. I want to acknowledge everyone's feelings. No. It was dumb as fuck, but it was so interestingly dumb and weird in certain places where it would almost kind of take itself seriously, and then other places it was just a cartoon, like that blowjob he gets. Oh. That was crazy. The faces he made. I was like, "What is she? Is she biting your dick off? That's awesome." That's awesome. It was just real silly. I liked it.
I mean, yeah, I didn't hate it. Hate it.
Like, I really hated it.
I wanted to shake Billy Zane a little bit.
I really enjoyed. I liked his goofy performance. His just stone dead performance.
Stone dead. All right, so The Mad shows up a couple times, and also showing up on a couple of bottom lists, Ronin. So Andy and Mikey B said, "A boo to you, Chizak."
I'm sorry, Chizak. It was just boring.
Ronin Ford.
And I know it's like, objectively, it's a well-made movie, right? Did I use that right?
Sure.
Okay. But it's just an old man movie to me.
Yeah.
It's just different strokes.
Andy's got a young, vibrant soul.
Yeah. It's just different strokes, And
actually, on that list of movies, there was a lot of really good movies. I didn't hate that movie like I hated The Mad. That was just a victim for me of being a little bit boring. But the car chases were fantastic.
Our just one time shows up on the bottom. We have PLS, which was, I picked that. Sorry, Lewis. That was Skins. And that upset me to no end.
It had butthole mouth.
I cannot.
Oh, was somebody wearing lip liner?
Oh, no, you don't. No, an actual, honest to goodness, asshole interface.
It feels like the whole circle of life with your disdain for asshole eating going to the asshole mouth. There's a connection there. I don't have disdain
for it. I just don't. To me, my butthole is gross. Why would you want to eat it?
Or see it on somebody's face.
Well,
okay.
But that's me. I'm not telling you that something you did was bad. But Lewis making me watch that movie was very bad. Andy also put on his bottom list.
In his bottom.
We Are the Flesh, which was another Lewis movie. What was that one again?
It was the brother in the
paper mache wound.
Oh,
and they
fuck that movie.
Oh, hey, can I change mine?
And it had
seriously.
No, it had straight up sex.
That's right.
That wasn't real. I looked it up.
It had straight up dicks in your face.
Yeah,
and not I need to be in the mood for a dick in my face.
Fuck that movie all day long. Which one do you want to swap out?
You mean it's like Chinese food? You gotta be in the mood for it.
So initially,
and I'm hungry for dick an hour later.
Yeah, you're just like, what? You got to order again. Initially, I'd put The Black Coat's Daughter as my bottom not because it's necessarily a bad movie, but I didn't enjoy watching it.
Right.
So I was having trouble choosing a third, but I'd like to switch it because, I hated that.
All right, then that's on Andy and Kelly's list, and honestly, I would rather watch Mr. Boogedy every day for the rest of my life.
And my problem, by the way,
I feel like I hated that movie too. I don't know why. I must have just missed it on the list. I blocked the title.
I forgot what it was.
My problem with it, by the way, was not the extreme sex, dicks, any of that. I had zero problem with any of the sex stuff. It was just so fucking I was just like why is this guy banging a goddamn drum for the first 5 minutes? I don't care how interesting or artsy that is. I don't want it in my life.
It was like it's just a pretentious student art film.
Did
you ever see that, Mike?
I did not. I was out that way.
I I would like to have it surgically removed from my memory.
From life.
I'd like to go to the eternal sputless shine sun mind.
But although, like,
sputless?
It's
sputless.
Sputnik.
It's weird.
I would like to go get eternal sputless shine on the shoes and mind.
But Lewis has this weird magic touch where, like, we hate a movie, but then he explains it a little more.
No, I still hate it.
Yeah, I still hate it.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it as much necessarily as when I first saw it, when he just
I feel like
more.
Lewis wants us to hate one of the movies. Like, he wants that.
He wants to prove that we're racist.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because if I don't like a movie made by Hispanic people, it means I'm racist.
It does.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Andy also put on here...
The sex was the only good thing about the movie for me.
And you apologized to your friend Mikey B because you said Mulholland
I know,
Drive.
I know this is controversial, but
I didn't like
the
it
same
either.
way I said, like, the We Are the Flesh
Yeah.
is pretentious art house movie. For me, is David Lynch is like the epitome of pretentious art house.
No, his name is Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
He's the epitome, and you fucking suck his butthole.
He is precious and
suck
twee.
it all out.
Well, let me jump in the middle of this.
Andy likes twee.
I love Wes Anderson. I'm right there.
David
with
Lynch
him.
isn't twee enough.
David Lynch. I'm going to defend David Lynch as someone who is neither a lover nor hater of David Lynch. He is very hit or miss for me. The David Lynch movies I really like. Mulholland Falls being one of them. Drive. I always get those.
Everybody does.
Yeah, me too.
Even David Lynch.
I like that one. I like Lost Highway. I like Eraserhead, or I did when I saw it as a kid. And I like Blue Velvet.
Oh yeah.
But then there's some others. I can't remember what others I've seen.
Twin Peaks.
No, I like Twin Peaks.
Okay.
So maybe I just like David
Empire.
Lynch. Never mind. I started trying to think of other David Lynch movies I like.
But like I said,
or don't like.
Like, I'm not different strokes. It's just not for me. And maybe this choice is just more about my opinions on David Lynch himself than the actual movie. So that maybe that's not fair to the movie itself.
No, this is a subjective list.
Oh, what I wanted to say though was, like, what I like about David Lynch versus people who try to do David Lynch is, I mean, he's pretty unapologetic, and you know, if you go with it, you get a feeling. Yeah. Well, you might not get a feeling. That's what I like about.
I just
David
don't
Lynch.
think he's as smart as he thinks he is. I think he just throws things out there just to it appears like artsy and smart, where he's just fucking with us a lot of times.
Oh, I feel the exact same way about Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson is awesome. I can't even understand why you feel that way.
Watch Mr. Boogedy every day.
Moonrise Kingdom? Are you kidding?
I think David Lynch has a real sincere heart, actually, and I think what he's creating is a magic show. Like, that's what he's trying to do. Like, the whole thing about not letting people see how he made the Eraserhead baby. I think that sentiment carries throughout everything he does.
I think it was just a real baby.
And in that film, I mean, it's all about misdirection, anyways. So a misdirection and illusion. So it's I get it. I get why you wouldn't like it. I didn't like it the first time I watched it either.
I just feel he throws some things in just to, that don't really mean anything, and like people think overthinking his movies sometimes.
It's the labyrinth of lesbian sex.
I think that. Yeah.
And finally,
because it's magical,
Mikey B had on his list and nobody else did 1922, which was a piece of shit.
Oh, that was on your bottom?
It was on my bottom. It's just another victim of being a little boring.
I agree.
Truly, it was.
Didn't really do it for me.
No.
There were other films that I would much rather have gone back and rewatched Dolores Claiborne than watch 1922.
All right, so my children, that was our bottoms.
I don't think any of those movies were necessarily bad films, though.
Oh,
I don't remember what my bottoms were now.
Oh.
Yours were
Mr. Boogedy was bad.
Yeah, Mr. Boogedy.
Frankenstein, the Mad, and Mr. Boogedy.
I would replace Mr. Boogedy with We Are the Flash.
I think we all would now.
Okay,
but anyway,
like,
now that I remember,
here's the thing: like, sometimes I judge movies on how much fun we had, like, on the show talking about it.
Yeah.
And again, that's not fair to the movie, but I had a lot of fun talking about Mr. Boogedy.
I did too.
You do any old thing you want.
I had a lot of fun revisiting 80s movies and like Disney Channel movies.
Oh, I have an idea, because that was one of the Halloween specials we covered. Don't let me forget. I want to tease it at the end of the episode because I want to throw it out to the listeners to participate.
Oh, participation.
And you have 9 months to do it. So
9.
Just like making a baby.
Have a baby. And when it comes out...
Don't let me forget. Or should I just say it right
I won't forget. Okay. So let you remember.
We won't.
Well, I got something to say at the end, too, so we'll do a housekeeping. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about our tops, y'all. Take your tops off. It's time.
Woohoo.
Kelly already did, and I just saw his nipples.
It's cold. My nipples are...
Now I can see Andy's nipples.
You're welcome.
Pretty sure it's pronounced napples.
Mike's covering his nipples extra, so you can't see them.
Oh, but that's
through
like
his shirt.
a sexy look.
Oh, it's like Zardoz.
Yeah.
Mike made himself a little halter top. Okay. So, showing up multiple times on the top list, we have 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was Kelly's podcaster's choice.
Was it? I can't remember because I thought Raiders of the Lost Ark was my podcast.
That was your
dad's choice.
You chose that for parents.
I fucking forgot what all of our themes were this year.
Okay.
I was like, didn't I pick all of these?
We're here for you.
I felt like I was choosing every movie.
So Kelly and Freddie chose that.
That's such a great movie, man. That's like old time movie making at its just like top.
You know what else is great? The Nautilus drink from Trader Sam's.
Oh, come on now.
Disney World, which is just a bunch of booze and a giant ceramic Nautilus.
With flour.
And then you drink, a bunch of people sit around, drink out of it.
It's the whole time, bro.
Or
everybody gets herpes.
Or sometimes one person can drink it by himself.
Whoops. Yeah. I have.
And then they put you at Disney Hospital.
The design of the Nautilus is awesome.
Yeah.
Just Hollywood, like old-timey Hollywood like filmmaking, just full of stars.
That was fun. That was a fun movie.
It was.
It wasn't full of stars, but it had a few stars.
Close to being on my top.
Yeah.
Stars?
Really great movie.
Yep.
Also showing up on multiple top lists, The Mummy!
Again, kind of old style Hollywood movie.
Brendan Fraser, not Tom Cruise, who broke the whole dark universe.
I did like Tom Cruise as The Mummy.
I did too. I thought it was fun.
It was good.
But it wasn't as fun as The Mummy.
No, it is not even close. But
so I chose that one, and Kelly.
Does the Brendan Fraser mummies get enough credit, or is it kind of looked down upon?
No, I think they do. I think that's what everybody remembers.
They're beloved.
Okay.
I think it was. Yeah.
There's a Universal Studios ride that exists for them. Must be pretty loved.
Really great. I never did see the third one, the Dragon Emperor.
It's fun. It's not as good as the first two. Oh no, what?
Scorpion King.
No,
he said Dragon Emperor.
There was a
Dragon Emperor.
Yeah, it was a Chinese version
with Jet Li.
Yeah. They're in Tibet and they fight Yetis.
I was with you, Mike. I was like, what an idiot over here.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You'd love it.
I know. I want to. I just haven't had a chance to. Yeah. I have seen the Scorpion King. That was a goofy movie.
Yeah,
but it was all right too.
I like the goofy movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was The Rock, right?
Yeah, they made a second Scorpion King, I think, without him.
Did they?
Didn't they make a Scorpion King too?
It might have been the Scorpion Queen. Might have been the Scorpion baby.
Yeah.
Princess.
Scorpion babies.
Scorpion princess.
That make your dreams come true.
Also showing up on multiple lists.
Hold on.
Oh, yes.
One other thing about 2017 that sucked. Speaking of what you just said, I found out that Muppet Babies isn't streaming officially anywhere.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
I agree.
Don't make your dreams
We tried to
come
watch
true.
Muppet Babies like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Couldn't find it any goddamn where unless you want to order it. Order DVDs, and I can't order them instantly.
I like singing.
Right, nor do you want DVDs.
I like singing to
I like
Millie and
DVDs,
Elsa. I go, puppy babies, you make my dreams come true.
Get your shit together. Listen, Disney, I love you.
Sounds like you're talking to Amy.
No.
Stop singing
babies.
to your dogs.
I'm talking to Disney. Get your shit together and get that on streaming.
There's got to be some sort of weird legal reason.
There's a
Tiny
bunch
Toons.
Well, there are a bunch of
Go to YouTube. There's a bunch of them there.
Yeah, but they're weird. We tried that. They're like framed weird.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
And I do imagine because in Muppet Babies, there are like clips from all kinds of movies and stuff. Although Disney owns all those fucking movies except for Ghostbusters.
Disney.
Yeah.
Is Tiny Toons available streaming anywhere?
I thought maybe it was. I haven't because I actually like
they do a lot of.
Do you guys know about Boomerang?
Popular culture in theirs.
Yes.
What do you? You know they have their own app now that has real specific stuff.
No, I didn't. The other show, Animaniacs, is streaming.
It's coming back.
Isn't?
I like Animaniacs, but I always liked Tiny Toons better.
That Tiny Toons, like the special about what I did on my summer vacation or whatever, I just remember watching that and thinking it was the fucking funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
I have a question.
Because it was.
How do we get on this topic?
Oh, you started singing the Muppet Babies theme with something else.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did it.
So it's your fault. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so
Muppet Babies is
also
great.
appearing on multiple lists, we have the Green Room.
Oh, so good.
Rest in peace, Anton Yelkin.
Yeah.
And so Andy and Freddie chose it.
That was a good movie, but I don't remember making a huge impact on me. I mean, I enjoyed it when I watched it, so I couldn't put it in my top.
It was just intense.
It was good.
It was intense.
It was intense, and I really loved the way the characters developed throughout the movie. It was really interesting to me.
So there you go. So all of our one-offs here, we'll just start with Gerald's Game. I was the only one that picked that as one of their faves.
That was an alternate for me, actually.
Yeah.
I really like that.
That was great.
Carly Gugino.
Carla Guggs.
Yeah.
Damn. Carla Guggs.
Show me your bobs, Carla Guggs.
Seagooch.
That's the worst celebrity name ever.
Hey, man, you can't help it. That's all there is.
That's a slang term for a mermaid's vagina.
Maybe we can call her Gino C. I don't know.
Carla Guggs.
We'll workshop it.
Y'all know me. I know what I do for a living. I'll get your Seagooch.
The degloving probably sticks out there along with the Swamp Apes Red Rocket. Yeah.
The degloving of his Red Rocket.
These are the things that scarred Mike in 2017.
I got scars. They're multiplying.
Nicely done.
I wonder if that's her Twitter handle. Carla Guggs.
Carla Guggs, try it. What is funny is Andy put PLS on his top list, and I had that on my bottom list.
It was really good.
Andy, we don't get along at all momentarily.
It was probably because it was like a Mexican Wes Anderson movie.
Yes, okay. It is very Toy.
Wes with a J.
What did you pick?
PLS,
Butthole
Skins,
Mouth.
Butthole Mouth. The one you didn't see.
You didn't see that one.
But here's the thing.
It was Wes Anderson by way of David Cronenberg.
But it made me feel things, and for me, it's like a movie that the imagery is unforgettable.
In every way?
Yes.
Yeah, it was very unforgettable for me, but I also need a goddamn story to hook onto.
Actually, like the Tonya Harding Triple Sow Cow of Wes Anderson films, because that was a lot more difficult to make pretty than a Wes Anderson film. So kudos to him. That was one that was close for me.
But I'm just saying, like, I judge a movie on how much it makes me feel, and whether it's good or bad. But for this one, it made me feel like good things too. Not just creepy weird things.
That's fine. I mean, just admit that you're a total fucking weirdo.
I love a fairy tale. Weirdo, Andy. Love a fairy tale.
I just
What'd you call me?
Pacific Rim 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
term.
8, 9. Also appearing on somebody's top that was on somebody's bottom, but they removed it.
Their bottom butt.
Blackcoat's daughter Freddie picked as his top.
You know what made it my top, and it wouldn't have been had we not.
It fit you.
It's so good. If I hadn't seen it that second time and then had that conversation with you guys and really, really thought about it, it made it my top.
Yeah.
That's what got it hard enough to be on top.
Okay.
Oh, real quick, Carly Gugino is on Twitter, but it's just Carla Gugino.
Boring.
It's Carla Gugino 1 because Carla Gugino was taken.
I know I haven't used Twitter in like 5 years, but I'm going to change my name to Carla Guggs.
Well, the problem is the guy who owns Carla Gugino, his name is Carl Gugino, and he was a typo
Carl
to begin
A.
with.
Gugino.
It's
But now,
his middle name.
yeah, Carl A. Gugino.
Yeah.
But now it's way too expensive for her to buy it from him. He's like,
He does.
He sat on.
He does dioramas of historical like battles.
Yeah.
And he sells them.
He's really into Columbus Day for some reason.
And it's funny, he has more followers than her.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Even though they know he's not the real one.
Carl A. Gugino.
His boobs are just as big though.
Yeah.
And his tweets are just funny.
Kelly had Raiders of the Lost Ark on his top list. He was the only one.
This is my numero uno.
He picked two of his own movies.
Well, yeah.
I know that's you're allowed to, but
it's his right as an American.
Yes.
But I picked them for us to watch because they were good.
Yeah.
And I picked them for this list because they were good.
And you love yourself a lot.
Fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark. So good. It's just like a feast
So
for the
good.
senses.
So good.
Temple of Doom is better though.
I disagree so strongly.
I'm sorry.
Even Last Crusade is better.
I will stand up and kick out every window in every house that I ever enter ever again.
You're not coming to my house
in protest of this, because
in 40 years they're gonna be like, why did he just do that? I invited him over for tea, and they're like, because he made this promise.
Raiders of the Lost Ark
2018
is the gold goddamn standard.
I'm gonna get a windowless house.
I agree.
Just concrete walls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint a window on the wall, and you're gonna try to kick it and break your foot.
I'm gonna break through the brick and mortar.
I think Temple of Doom is really just a remake of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Willie is no Marion, first of all. Let's get that shit out of the way. The effects are not nearly as good.
Steven Spielberg would disagree because
to differ.
He married her.
Well, that's only because Karen Allen wouldn't marry him.
Hey, Kelly, anything goes.
What?
Anything goes.
Hey, Kelly, don't you want the antidote?
Antidote.
So Mikey B.
The poison you just drank? I think Norm Macdonald should play that role in a remake.
How great would that be?
Yeah.
He's getting a little old for this. It's got to happen soon.
Hey there, Dr. Jones. You want the antidote?
Who is not playing Chinese, right?
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he could be Chinese.
He's going full just...
He's like, I'm half Chinese.
I mean, granted, he does have like slanty eyes.
That's true.
But
he's going to have one of those mustaches.
Mikey B chose The City of the Dead as one of his top films.
I love that film.
It was awesome.
It was super cozy.
That was the one about the town with the witches and shit.
With the witches, where they have the...
Whitewood or something?
Horror Hotel?
Horror Hotel something.
I don't think I saw this one.
Oh, the town?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember you being at the table for this
very,
conversation.
like hammerish to me.
Yeah.
The feel of it, at least.
And it was super cozy,
Black
and
and
it just
white.
reminds me of like that's one I want to return
It's
to.
just very Halloween-y.
Yeah.
That's, I like the Hammer feel. Sometimes I feel like, and I know this is going to sound like sacrilege, but I feel like if you go with me and you rewatch, sometimes I don't feel like Hammer movies delivered on the feel that they gave you.
Like their production designer was too good.
Delivered on the feel?
Yeah.
Was it as good as the script
An
and the
interesting
director?
phrase you just created.
It didn't deliver on the field, but like because sometimes I feel like the story. Like I was like, why is Dracula just standing there like a doof? But it looks beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. This music is gorgeous. Like I like Hammer movies, but I'm always kind of like, I wish they had done this a little differently. But it looks beautiful.
This one outside of all of the Hammer films, like I take this one as a little bit special. Just
well,
because...
this one was Amicus, just so we don't get any weird mail.
I wasn't trying to like this movie. I haven't seen. But I'm just saying, like I like that Hammer
pencils
feel.
down.
Yeah. Amicus and Hammer were very similar. So it's tomato as far as
I'd never seen this one before, and it was almost it became an immediate class. I mean, I want to watch it again. It was fun.
I bought it because...
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I mean, I knew going in it was right up my alley, so it was one of those blind buys. Good lord, those rats.
Also, a singular choice. I chose the Dawson's Creek Halloween episode that we watched, where there's a potential serial killer in Dawson's Creek.
I liked it.
I just loved revisiting.
Yeah,
it.
it's just it just took you back to a place.
Took you back.
It took me back.
Took you back, but does it deliver on the feeling?
It delivered on the feeling because it reminded me that clothes didn't fit on men in the 90s.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And clothes in the 90s for girls were too small.
Too short.
That's not a thing.
And I love chunky highlights too.
Right. I mean, people still do that.
Yeah. But they were real chunky in the 90s.
Like just chunky.
Yeah.
Chunky.
And like dark lip liner and dark lips.
Dork lips?
What lips?
Dork lips.
I love a good dork lip.
Andy, you chose Blood Rage. You were the only one.
I loved it.
I loved it.
But I didn't make my top.
It was
Bloodridge?
just such a dumb, fun slasher.
Yeah.
That was the twin brother one.
And it was probably one of my favorite episodes.
It really was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
So like I said, like it's not necessarily the movie itself, but like the fun we had recording too.
The feeling.
Yes.
I liked it even better when I realized it was Mary Hartman playing the mom.
Yeah. It made me go back and watch some Mary Hartman too.
And it gave us That's Not Cranberry Sauce.
That's not cranberry sauce.
And you're watching this and you're like, why did they Mary Hartman? This movie is so bizarre. And then you go back and look at Mary Hartman.
You're like, oh no, it makes perfect sense.
And you're like, oh, Mary Hartman was also really weird.
This is basically the movie version of Mary Hartman. You just space it out a few years after, her hair stops being that color.
Yeah, that was a
and she stops looking like the Wendy's girl.
Yeah.
that was a choice by Maddie Hops.
Maddie
Yeah,
Hobbs.
that's a great choice.
It was
awesome.
Mike, you chose The Green Inferno.
I did. Was I the only one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I love that film. And that was an awesome film because that was all about screwing with my expectations because I expected to hate it for multiple reasons, both the director and I thought it was going to be a what do you call it? Torture porn. Yeah. But it wasn't. It had there was some of it in there, but it certainly had a message that made me rethink some stances on some stuff that, yeah.
Can I tell you, and I don't want to sound like a contrarian, Mikey B. Usually you and I are aligned.
Yeah.
This was almost on my bottom.
Yeah.
For the opposite reason of what you said.
In your
Okay.
bottom.
I really wanted it to be more Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, yeah, I remember this conversation now.
And
A lot of people, I think, were disappointed that it didn't push as far as Cannibal
Well, and
Holocaust.
it's not that I need, like, I don't love torture porn, but like if you're like, my feeling was it was kind of like what you said, it toyed with your expectations.
Yeah.
It's like, well, at least if nothing else, this is going to be like a balls to the wall, like
Bless you.
fucking
Bless.
crazy. And I was like, it's not that crazy.
But
The best part to
It was
me,
really entertaining.
But I kind of
thought.
like the restraint
Yeah.
because, like I always say, like the scariest thing is what you can think of in your mind, as
yeah.
opposed to what they show.
I mean, there were some okay. There were some okay things. The part that actually worked best for me, and I believe I said this at the time, was when the girl has diarrhea.
And just shit in the corner.
Because it felt real. That part to me felt like
it
that's something-
delivered on the feeling.
Which is funny.
And it's
'cause,
relatable because everybody
talk about
shat before.
restraint or too much restraint. I mean, she diarrhea. She doo-dooed. And then while she was eating out of a bowl made out of her friend.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Well,
let's
it felt
not
kinda-
forget like the body parts that went flying through airplane blades and
It always the problem.
ant carpenter ant death scene.
I think what bothered me, I feel like the parts like that stuff all felt kind of goofy to me.
Yeah.
it was the goofy is what made it palatable.
Palatable.
But I think I was the
Ooh,
only one in
shame.
this group that liked Cannibal Holocaust. Did anyone else like it other than me?
It's not my kind of movie.
I like it without the animal cruelty
Sure.
scenes. Those bothered me a lot.
So like I was looking for, I think, something a little bit more, weirdly enough, again, because like you said, this is a very fucked up movie, but like I think I was looking for it to be darker,
right.
like in tone.
Dork.
I just like
Dorker.
that they took these kids that you absolutely hated and then they put them in this scenario where you were like, oh yeah, they're really actually getting punished for trying to put their
I think it's not that it's the fact is like nobody deserves what they happen to them, no matter how horrible they are.
yeah, and it did a great job of like making me like, yeah, I can't wait to see him die, to like, oh wait, and I don't know what to do with all of these like conflicting
It
value
wouldn't hurt
systems.
my feelings if like the Trump boys got diarrhea that bad while
They deserve it,
in a
though.
cage.
They deserve it.
Well,
I'm
again,
saying.
the diarrhea part for me was just, again, that was like a thing you don't usually see too often. Like, again, it felt very relatable. Like, you would be, like, they made this poor, like, quote-unquote hot girl, like, completely, like, just a person at her most vulnerable. And to me, that was very, and, like, having, like, the little cannibal children laughing at her, it was very, like, that was where the horror in that movie was for me. And also, the other part that I actually liked was when they got all the natives stoned, and the guy's like talking to him, and then they start fucking with his hands, and they start eating his fingers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is going to be turned horrible.
Because he does the finger trick,
Yeah,
which
he
was
does.
hilarious.
He takes his,
Yeah.
And as I'm watching, this is why this part stuck out for me and why I give it credit. Because as it's watching, it gave me that. I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. They're going to think that your fingers just come off. And they're going to eat them. And then that's what happened.
They made nuggets out of his fingers, but the
It's kind of offensive.
I
when
don't
you
think
lay it out
since-
that way.
yeah.
Why?
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying the actual scene. If that's where you're like, these dumb natives think his fingers grow back.
They're dumb.
It's
They've
because
never
they were
seen
high.
that.
But
I
yeah,
know.
he was
Oh,
relating
yeah.
to him. I mean, you do those same tricks when
Yeah.
you know with your inebriated friends, like you know, look, I'm making finger glasses or whatever. I mean,
I
was
never
trying
think
to
they're
get out
real
of
glasses.
a
When I
sticky
was a kid,
situation.
when I was a
Maybe
kid,
if
I
you were
thought that
high.
was real.
When you were a kid, but wasn't he doing it? Was he doing it for the kids?
No, they were adults.
right now.
But I don't think there's anything offensive to say that people who've been hidden away in a jungle where these
Think
things
fingers grow back?
All right. So
I'm sure they cut their fingers off by accident.
If you do a magic trick that someone who has never seen a magic trick done before is mystified by, I don't think that's offensive to say.
I don't think it is either. I think Freddy's being silly.
Yeah.
All right. Finally,
I think I understand why people were like, the paints.
That was Eli Roth, right?
Yes.
Bad light.
And finally, from Andy's bottom to Mike's top, we got Mulholland Drive.
I unapologetically love this film.
'Twas your choice, and you are
Nobody's fighting you saying that you should be apologized for it. So
No, I didn't say anybody did.
But you said
Andy, you're being defensive.
No, but to say
you're being very defensive right now.
Andy, you're being offensive to native people.
But that was kind of a shade toward me.
I don't think it was.
Unapologetically.
Indigenous.
No,
I think,
I'm just speaking for myself. I love that film.
Stop being indigenous.
And
Nobody's saying you shouldn't love the film.
I didn't say you did.
What are you doing, Andy?
I'm just saying, but for to say unapologetically.
He's
like,
talking
who's saying you shouldn't love the movie?
The people who hate it
right now.
I don't care if he loves the movie. I don't give a fuck.
I think that you do.
Guard your windows.
Right now.
Some kicking is about to happen.
This has a special
more
place in my heart
that subtle
because
shade at me.
It wasn't. I don't think it was at all.
It wasn't at all.
Okay. I believe you. Now we're both lying.
Child, please.
This one's special to me too because this was my first choice, my first podcaster choice. True. And I really love the discussion. I've gone back and listened to that one a couple times.
I don't think I was on that show either.
You were not.
I missed a lot this year.
Every Sunday I'm expecting a text from you or Elise like, I can't show up, I'm sick.
I have been sick.
He's been sick a lot this year.
It's been a sick ass year.
I have been sick a lot. But I also really like this movie.
Yeah. And it was fun too because we watched it before.
I don't apologize for shit either way.
Choose a different word.
I am sorry to say I love this movie.
Choosing your own choice, I think, is what he's talking about.
Because it is my own pick and I put it on my top. So
yeah, you should be unapologetic about that shit. That's why you picked it.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost
But also,
Ark.
I just enjoyed because we watched that. That was the first time any of you had ever seen that film, and we watched it that morning. And I
did not
very
care for it.
fond memories of Andy like going because we had the 10 clues. If you get the DVD, it has the 10 clues, and Andy was going through and trying to place like the red lampshade and pink. It was fun. So it was fun to discuss too.
I don't remember what I picked this year.
You picked the Headhunters.
Oh, that's right, Headhunters.
Yeah.
I'm surprised why didn't I put that on my top list? It is a great movie.
You forgot about Dre.
I forgot about Dre.
Wait, which one was Headhunters?
It was the Norwegian one with Jamie Lannister and.
Right. Yeah.
You really did not like that. You didn't like that film, and I remember the discussion being about the two big bodyguards saving their big bodies, saving him in the car crash.
So here's the thing: you're right. I didn't. I don't think I really liked this movie, but I didn't think it was a bad movie, and I think I liked the guy's transformation. I believe I said I think I went through half of it and I was like, this is stupid, but then I think I liked where he ended up. Maybe
that was one of my favorite shows too. I re-listened to that one because you actually went in really hating it, but by the end you were like, now that we've had the discussion, I kind of turned around.
Well, listen,
a lot about
I'll tell you what, I can be convinced of things if you make a good argument.
Freddy's
How do you
pretending
do
to
the finger
take his
trick?
finger off.
All right, you ready?
Freddy
You ready?
Show me out.
Oh, Kelly's doing it.
Right.
No, he's not.
No,
What's happening? Oh, Mike's got it.
Oh wait, that's it. Yeah, you fold the. Oh my God, Mike's finger!
I gotta tell you a real quick story. My gym teacher, Mr. Nagel, did that when I was in the first grade. I almost shit my pants. I was terrified because but he did it real good.
You ever do the finger in the box with the cotton?
Definitely.
Where you go to give somebody a present,
just do the finger in the box.
and your fingers are there, and you give them the finger present, and then you got cotton and
ketchup. You do that, and then you do that, and you do a little bit of that.
I saw that the first time on the Hey Dude Halloween special.
Hey Dude!
I went around doing that.
That was that show on the ranch, right?
Yeah. Hey Dude.
I didn't have cable, so I didn't get to
salute
watch
your
it.
shorts.
Oh, salute your shorts.
That's a weird way to give her a present, isn't it? In your hand.
You hand it they're like, why are you missing one finger?
It's like a mini dick in a box.
It's like, give me the box. It's my present.
What's in the
I have to
box?
hold it.
All right, we had a year, everybody.
We
did
did.
So 2018.
We're starting with Podcaster's Choice like we always do, right?
That's right. I get first pick.
Do you know what you're choosing?
Yeah. I don't yet. I'll let you know by the end of the day.
Jacob Trevino will be joining us on your Podcaster's Choice, maybe.
Nice. I hope he does.
To announce the opening of his new special place.
Oh.
We ran into him at Tonya. Oh. We had a laugh, him and Katie.
Anya.
Oh.
If you forget about the...
He told me he always thought Tonya Harding was attractive.
I do too.
Yeah. Because I was like, Margot Robbie, I said, could never quite get the face exactly right because of genetics and stuff. And he was like, oh, and I said, no, I get it. It's just quirky.
I thought she was real cute.
A quirky looking
I was very attracted to Tonya Harding.
Yeah.
All right. So looking forward into the new year. Reminder, Horror Hound Weekend's coming up. March. Go to horrorhoundweekend.com. It's going to be here in our hometown of Cincinnati.
Another big thing happens in March. Strangers Pray at Night comes out.
That's true.
You notice we've been retweeting a lot of stuff from them just because we think it looks awesome. And our buddy Damien is the man in the mask. And that's neat.
Yes.
That's neat.
Reminder again, patreon.com/NOTLP if you want to throw some bucks at us. I just uploaded last week me and Freddy yapping about the first episode of the new season of The X-Files. I'm going to do that after every episode.
Hey, were you watching X-Files with no lights on?
We were.
The lights were on. The Christmas tree lights were on.
Oh.
Real quick.
Were you doing it doggy style so you could watch X-Files?
That's going to be for patrons only, but anybody can listen to the first one right now. So go to patreon.com/NOTLP.
And some more housekeeping. Speaking of throwing money, our friend Patrick Producer, he is having some medical issues, and there is a link on our page.
Yeah, it's on our
to
page.
his GoFundMe account.
Yeah,
so if anybody,
he had a stroke.
Yeah,
he did, and he is a talented filmmaker. He actually ends up stretching. He stretches everything to make the best of what he has. So he deserves some.
He's a hardcore indie guy.
Yeah, he is,
and just a nice guy too.
And he's a very nice guy.
And like, if you don't know many creatives in your life, like it's a trend that health insurance is very expensive if you're self-employed. It's very difficult. So, he didn't have what he needed in place as a support system. Yeah. So, kind of counting on us as friends and fans of his work to help
having
him
to
out.
Pay for your medical expenses via GoFundMe's is a big trend in 2017, and I don't see it ever going away.
Wow.
Yeah, well, maybe one day.
But anyway.
Keep hope alive.
Freddie, you said you had a thing you wanted to say at the end?
Yeah. I was thinking, we were talking earlier, I was hanging out my back window and he said, hey, you look like Pearl from 227. I said, I know. Every time I do this, I'm like, Mary. And I said, did 227 have a Halloween special? And they didn't. And then I thought, oh, my God, we should write.
The 227 Halloween
Not just
special?
the 227, but any Halloween special that doesn't exist that you wish existed.
Yeah, that might be problematic for 227 for us.
Yeah. For October Halloween specials, I'm thinking we could each do a little 3-page or something. Or even just a treatment.
You are not allowed to give me homework. Okay?
No. And any listeners that want to participate, just shoot them to us.
It's like resurrecting the pitch a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the pitch if you're a long-time listener.
A Halloween special of a TV show that exists. You can't create.
Right. Or it could be a special hosted, like how they used to do Paul Lynde's Halloween special and stuff like that.
Vincent Price.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the hardcore porn version of the Golden Girls Halloween special that they never did.
Oh. They did make the porn parody, though.
But not a Halloween one.
Halloween one.
Okay, great.
That sounds awesome. Before we go, though, this?
Well, before we talk about our Beelzebubs, and we have a new one to announce this week.
Belzebub. And Carla Guggs.
There's a lot of superstition surrounding New Year's Eve.
If they got together, what would their celebrity name be?
If Carla Guggs and Belzebub got together, they'd be Carly Bubs.
Carly Bubs. Show me your bubs.
I thought you could say Bub Guggs.
Bub Guggs.
So, they say what? You're supposed to eat cabbage on New Year's Day. Blah, blah, blah. What are some other superstitions about New Year's?
Black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas.
Yeah.
So...
Sauerkraut.
This is from Table Topics. Do you have any superstitions? I don't think we've ever done this one.
I'm very superstitious.
Yeah.
I have that recording of that Stevie Wonder song.
Yeah.
Did you say Stephen Wonder?
Stephen Wonder.
No, I said Stevie.
It sounded like you said Stephen, and that just made me laugh.
Stephen Wonder. I'm very formal with him.
Stephen Wonder.
I know.
Only his friends call him Stevie, and I'm not his friend. I love his music, but I don't know him like that.
So, Kelley, you said you were very superstitious. I'm
very superstitious about a few things. Like, I feel like sometimes I worry about talking about good or bad things because I'm afraid it'll happen.
Mr. Knock on Wood. Andy is the same. The same.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are the same.
I try not to talk about certain things even though I know it's stupid. I'm like, if I talk about this, it's not going to happen. Or if I talk about this, it's going to happen, if it's in the bad. So I really have that. Like, it's a weird, I know it's not real.
Hey, Kelley.
Well,
yeah. I've come around on that. I do that now.
Kelley used to hate when people say knock on wood and knock on their head.
Yeah. Yeah. But then Elise does it, and so
now it's endearing.
So now I do it.
She delivers on the feeling. I think.
Yeah, she delivers on the feeling.
I'm loving that expression, and that's almost T-shirt worthy. It might be.
Well, let's make it.
Deliver on the feeling.
So I am superstitious. I think I have a couple others too, but I can't think of them at the moment. If I do, I'll put them. I see
signs in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a superstition. Can you give us an example?
I don't know. I'm where I'm supposed to be right now because...
So it's like kismet type things, right?
Sort of. Oh, God, I don't remember what it was, but it was a recent thing where I was like, I was just reading about that person or that thing, and now I'm seeing it in an article, and it's like, what? I'm in exactly where I'm supposed to be right now because something is coincidental or happening.
Oh, last night.
I don't know.
We were watching Nancy Kerrigan skate in the Olympics because we just watched Tonya, and we were saying who she looks like.
Yeah,
and Mikey and Freddie say she looks like Heather Langenkamp.
Yeah,
and what was her name in Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nancy.
Oh,
we were talking about Mary Lambert, the director of Pet Sematary.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that? Oh, the Attic, bad movie.
Yeah,
did it star Christopher Lambert?
No, but Mary Lambert came up 2 other times over the course of the night, just randomly. Mm-hmm. Like on TV, one thing was playing, and they had interviewed Mary Lambert, and then there was some other.
It was the trailers thing, the horror. Trailers.
Yeah, trailers from hell.
Well, certainly, which is I love that. By the way, I love all those trailer compilations.
Yeah, that's cool.
This happens to me a lot, and I know science heads are going to say it's just coincidence, but sometimes I'm a little. It happens a lot with music where I have a song that hasn't come up in my playlist in 1,000 plays.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll just start thinking about it and then it plays. It's like the next one to come up. That happens to me actually a lot.
Yeah. Well, or yesterday my horoscope app said that I needed to spend more time at home because a minor emergency might pop up, and then I woke up and my pipes were frozen.
Then your vagina was frozen.
I think, though, when you say that, my superstition, I'm kind of getting away from karma, the idea of karma, because I think that the way that we see karma is not necessarily what the intended was.
You're right. You're very right about that.
Yes.
You're right.
It's going to get you.
Karma going to get you. Because I think
it's about learning.
It's about learning, and I think it's about what you get what you give, and you might just get what you need. But you,
if you try sometimes,
if you try.
But it's that idea though, like what you say with the scientists poo-pooing on it. I think that this is gonna get a little new agey woohoo.
What?
But
from you?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm right there with you.
The vibrations. It's like that energy that you put out. It's gonna keep going. And I've noticed that when I'm really feeling negative about somebody or something or some situation that I don't want to do, it's like if I'm putting that kind of energy out there, then it's what am I gonna get back? But exactly what I expect.
Yeah.
So just in trying to put out, even if you gotta fake it to make it a little bit, just trying to look for that positive, that silver lining, and sometimes you change it.
I like that song "Silver Lining" by Rilo Kiley.
Mine's not that complex. I think it's bad luck to kill a spider, and that's
because spiders eat bugs.
Yeah,
so technically it is bad luck.
There's a logical reason not to kill them, but then also one thing, and this is I've beaten most superstitions out of myself. But opening an umbrella inside is one that has stuck with me for some reason.
Why is that? Where did that come from? I don't know.
I think it's kind of like what Kelley was saying, maybe, that you're anticipating it. Is that kind of going along with it?
With opening an umbrella?
Yeah.
Inside
that you're expecting to get wet, so you open it when you're still not.
Or it could be that people broke a lot of shit in their houses, and then they were to keep their kids from doing it. They just told them
it's like the Old Testament.
And back then,
just created to keep you from
umbrellas were real pointy. Mm-hmm. And they stabbed a lot of people with them.
Yeah.
My favorite, your favorites, my favorite of yours, Andy, though you still haven't covered, It's how you torture yourself on many of our car drives.
Yeah.
You have to hold your breath. You have to hold your breath when you drive by a cemetery.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a really, really long cemetery and a stoplight very close to my house. And Andy
he holds his breath the whole time.
Lest ghosts enter my body.
It's scary when he's driving because he starts turning blue and swerving.
I don't know if this is a superstition exactly because it's not 100%, but like I definitely try not to look in mirrors or out windows at night.
I've never heard that.
Well, because I don't want to see anything looking at
Bloody
me.
Mary.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Candyman.
don't do
Spooky.
that.
I'll look out. What's funny is I'll look
I do
out
that
a
with my
second.
TV.
I'll look out
at
my
night.
second story window because it looks out on the street, and I'm not too
You're
worried
high up.
about a face being like there.
That
But
would be more horrifying, though.
Well, it would be more horrifying.
That means they're flying.
But
less
I
likely.
feel like it's less likely. Like then it has to be like a vampire or something.
Yeah.
A vampire. But a real person could be standing outside my window. I used to again. This wasn't. I didn't really worry that there were going to be zombies outside my window.
Uh-huh.
But for a while, when I lived, well, you guys know on Elkhorn. No one else knows where that is, but because they don't live here. But
Spanish for corn.
nice.
The corn.
My bedroom window was right behind
Because L means the.
Thank you.
Your bedroom window.
Kelly used to live on the corn.
I used to worry that if I looked out the window, I would see zombies coming towards my window. I didn't really think I didn't have a problem where if I did, I was like, oh no.
When I was a kid, I used to have nightmares about looking out the window and my house was in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Surrounded by sharks.
Yeah. Like cake.
My thing was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So Kelly wins. Okay.
What about that whole thing of covering mirrors in the house when somebody dies? That's a creepy one, huh?
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I've
it's
heard
part
of
of
that.
sitting
It's a
Shiva, I think, right?
Yeah.
I still get creeped out by the number 666.
Yeah.
And it's
Like if
the
it
number
comes
of the
up,
beast?
it's
Yeah.
like a price or something.
Yeah, or if I'm playing a video game or a Zoom on my phone.
I always got a kick out of that when I was a bank teller.
Yeah.
If the number 666 came up and somebody and they give you a penny, you're like, okay.
I was at McDonald's one time and the order it cost $6.66, and the cashier was like, "That's how much it costs. I'm not going to say it." And just pointed at the cash register.
Did you convince her you really pulled your finger off?
I should have faked a heart attack or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm not superstitious about enough? Wearing my safety belt.
Oh,
That's not a
Kelly.
superstition.
I know.
Kelly.
I naturally don't. I do much better now than I used to. I used to never wear my seatbelt, but now my car makes that annoying noise every minute and a half.
It reminds you.
Yeah.
You remember in the 90s, they always had that automatic stupid thing that would go.
Yeah, and it was always in the
pull
way.
your cross. That was dumb.
I
That was a
hated
dumb
that.
minute. But
They don't do it anymore.
I religiously wear my seatbelt ever since we got T-boned that time, and they told us that we would have died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. They're like, yeah, you would have been thrown from a vehicle for certain.
I feel like I'm a way throwback. I'm like the only person that doesn't just automatically put their seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Is it because you don't like being told what to do?
No, I think I just didn't wear one a lot when I was a kid.
You know what's a giant pain in the ass? Doing anything with a winter coat on,
Yeah, that too.
including trying to put your seatbelt on
Truly.
with your big
Taxi.
giant.
Truly.
Remember, for some reason, it's like you get in a taxi.
I tried to
People
pee last
rarely
night at
don't.
the movie
They don't put their
theater
seatbelts on.
with my winter coat on, and I'm trying. I got my purse.
And you got
it's
piss all over the inside of your
how do
winter
you?
coat.
This is so. I hate winter coats. I hate having to need them.
Summer coats are so much better.
I do love
you.
my winter coat. It's
Ink
very
pen.
warm.
Yeah, it's warm, but it's just bulky and uncomfortable. Everything is terrible when you can't get your purse on right. It slides off.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when Freddy just amuses himself so much.
You good over there, babe?
Coat, ink pen.
He does say ink pen.
I do. Winter coat.
He says gym shoes.
Yes. Sneakers.
Well, yeah. That's what they're called.
He says bedclothes too.
Bedclothes.
That's an old-timey
I've said
thing.
that
This is
too.
jogging pants.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, when's the last time you went jogging?
Oof. I almost died.
That's what they're called.
Yeah. Resting
And
pants.
he says dresser drawers.
Leisure wear.
dresser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy,
Are
Amy
these
call-
weird things to say?
Yes.
Chest of drawers is what Amy, I think,
Yeah.
calls it.
I say that
As
too.
a joke. I didn't
oh,
really.
that's hilarious.
I do literally
I
call
call
it that.
it a bureau.
What do you
I
call
a
it?
chest of drawers?
Yeah, I call it a dresser.
Or a dresser. I call
Yeah.
them both.
It's a
I use them
dresser.
No, but
interchangeably.
you say dresser drawers.
if I have to get in the dresser drawer.
I feel that's just weird to me.
If I'm like,
what?
Just say one or the other.
How often do I say dresser drawers?
How often do you say gym bed clothes?
It's because we travel together, and I'm like, who wants the dresser drawers? That's why you hear it from me so much.
That's
who wants
why
the closet? Who wants the dresser drawers?
I get it. I say dresser drawer if I like need to tell you which drawer to get into, like it's in the top dresser drawer.
Which one will you fit in? You ever think about when people put babies in dresser drawers instead of buying a bassinet?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, they shouldn't do that.
It's adorable, though. It's a cute way to kill a baby.
Seems wrong to me.
It's a very cute way to kill a baby.
It's a space saver. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, are we done here?
What was the housekeeping?
Oh, we got
It's done.
We got our Beelzebubs.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, our babies. Our Beelzebub babies.
Our Beelzebub babies?
If you donate at the Beelzebub level, of course, we're going to say your name because you are an official producer of Night
We're
of Living
gonna
Podcast.
Say a name, say a name. No one is around.
Zach.
Oh,
Our newest Beelzebub.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
You're such a sweetheart. We
Ain't
love you.
seen you in a while.
He comes to the live shows.
I think we're going to be playing some role play games with him.
Oh,
soon.
yeah?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
We've already talked about Jer Bear and how much you guys dislike his taste in movies. But that's fine.
Jer Bear and Cassie Burms.
Cassie Burms.
He knew he was giving us a bet.
Yeah.
I know.
I liked it.
He let us
Jeremy?
go swimming anyway.
I liked it.
Adam.
Erdem.
Mhm.
Did you say Erdem?
He's the first man.
Erdem.
Yeah.
Erdem.
It's Adam and Eve.
Does that make
How's
you
he
want
feel
Adam
about-
and Steve.
How can you suck your own dick while you're missing that rib?
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
That's why Marilyn Manson did it.
We've got Brooke.
Brooke.
Hey, Brooke.
Oh, Brooke.
Ernest.
Ernie, baby.
Oh, Arnie.
Ernie baby.
Ernie,
Ernie, baby.
baby.
Alberto.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alberto.
Oh, yeah.
Good people.
Albert.
Albert. You're so sweet.
Tree and Alex. They also had frozen pipes recently as well.
Aw.
That shit is.
And their
fucked up.
their doggy's still hanging
Kicking.
around. Yeah, such a cutie.
We've got Brandon Boone.
Yeah, Brandon Boone, a man after my own heart. But we haven't played together in a while.
After your own heart, literally, he's gonna rip it out of your body when you play.
We have not played together lately. Brandon.
We've got-
we gotta make some time.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Yo, Bill.
Dollar
Bill.
Hi, Blake.
Blake,
Okay.
how you doing, baby?
Do
How
it.
you doing, girl?
Mark Watts.
Mark, what's up?
Kilowatts.
What's up?
Mikey P.
Mikey P. From Mikey B.
You coming over?
Oh, nice.
Elise. You feeling better, darling?
Baby, I can't wait to see you and watch some more O.J. Simpson.
Mhm. All of these people are near and dear to us.
We got the same food 2 days in a row. Most ponchos.
Okay.
That's interesting. I had a burrito
fucking
California last night. It's delicious. Not from there, but
From where?
from Portillo's.
Petrillo.
Is that?
Sophia Petrillo's down in
Petrillo's.
Clifton, next to the Esquire.
So,
and then we have Commando.
Yeah, girl. Can't wait to hang out with you also at
Yeah.
La Hora Hound.
La
and-
Horehound.
and Becky.
And finally, last but certainly not least, we've got Jimmy B.
Yep. Show would not be
James.
possible without you, Jimmy B.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes,
And,
you guys were the
thank
best
you.
part of 2017.
Seriously.
All
Yeah.
of our patrons.
Every single one of yous.
All of you.
Also, I want to say I was really happy to see we have a couple of new patrons at other levels. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll get your pin out to you ASAP.
Treat yourself.
Treat
Yeah.
yourselves.
We still have our 2017 pins, and of course, as long as you're at that level of 5 or higher, you will get the 2018 pin. And 10 and higher, you get the 2018 shirt.
Oh, which I guess I should start working on.
Yeah,
All right.
it's time. It's come.
It is.
Podcast is choice coming up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a good one for yous.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm excited.
Uh-oh, you put it out there. Now it's going to not come true.
It's always good.
It's gonna be Raiders of the Lost Ark again.
Superstition.
It's just gonna be Raiders of the Lost Ark again.
You're just going to make us all watch The Last Jedi, and then you're going to tell us why we're wrong.
Oh my god!
Just
I
kidding.
should make us watch The Last Jedi.
Oh.
It's in the rotation now.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I
Yeah,
hope you have a great year.
Thank you.
Yay,
Bye.
bye.
Give it good love.
Frankenstein was wondering if he